This video could possibly have been simply a quote on a pretty picture, but I decided to make it anyway. So hello, this is Minette and welcome back to my channel, Olives and Oranges. As you can see, it's a bit of a different setup video this time. How it came about is that I was actually videoing another flip through journal video of the last 15 years of my journaling, and I came upon this journal that I had started 5 years ago now in 2013. It was when I was doing my university studies, and I was flipping through this video and I found these two words: relentless optimism. Now I just want to, there we go, relentless optimism. And I just had to stop there because I had realized how much this has actually helped me in my life, and it helped me in such a way that I've changed my thinking completely, and then I forgot about how I was thinking because it just became a habit. So I was wanting to share how being relentlessly optimistic has helped me in my life, how you can be relentlessly optimistic and why it actually helps the way we think or the way we perceive things. So being relentlessly optimistic, obviously being relentless is this idea of a driving force just going forward and pursuing a goal no matter what happens around it. Being relentless isn't giving up when something doesn't go our way or breaking down because suddenly something has popped up or obstructed our view or our way to our goals. So basically being relentlessly optimistic is this idea that we will train ourselves to be positive and to be happy regardless of our surroundings or our external situation or influences. Now, it's easier said than done. Obviously, I'm not promoting tricking your brain to believe that there's no issues or problems that need dealing with. I'm not denying that things don't need working on. All that being relentlessly optimistic is that despite being in less than ordeal circumstances, you can somewhat elevate your thinking or transcend your situation and to focus on certain points and pull out certain points from your situation by just taking a step back and trying to view what you're going through as an outside perspective. I know it's difficult because we all have emotional ties to certain things we go through, but what we want to focus on when we step back and analyze what we're going through is to focus on points that has a slight possibility of growing into something better. So that is all that being positive means, is choosing to zoom in on certain things that has the possibility of growth and becoming something much better. I know it's difficult, I know maybe we know this, but it's just difficult to actually apply these principles to our lives. But I do want to share with you one thing that truly changed the way I thought and made being optimistic in life, despite of what goes on around me, so much more easier. And that is by changing the hierarchy of goals that I have set for myself in my mind. So just a little bit of a background story. I am very goal focused. If I don't have a goal, I don't have a reason to live. And I am performance based, meaning that I only credit myself or I only feel like I've achieved something if I have performed something to the greatest that I can. Just an example is either I'm doing very well in my business, or if the people around me can see and are able to say I have done good, then I feel good about myself. I can't remember where I stumbled upon the idea of being relentlessly optimistic, but how I started to apply that in my life is to change my hierarchy of goals from, instead of being external content goals, I would put the content goals at the bottom and instead focus on internal principle goals. And the principle that I wanted to achieve regardless of anything or regardless of the content goal I'm working on is to simply be positive. is to simply nitpick things that can grow and focus on that. So now, having the goal of simply being positive transcends my situation, meaning if I have an absolute dismal failure, I will still have achieved my goal if through the failure I can be optimistic, or I can focus on the positives. And by having this sense of achievement, despite what happens in my life, that has helped me to overcome my failures or overcome situations I've found myself in because of silly things I might have done. So yes, basically I will always have this sense of accomplishment in my heart or in my mind, no matter what happens around me. No, even if I find myself in the worst case scenario, I will still have a sense of accomplishment by simply picking out one, if not two, points to focus on which I can grow on. And that is what I see as being positive about a situation. Yeah, I do talk a lot, but basically being relentlessly optimistic is simply changing your goals from putting your content goals at the bottom and putting your principal goals at the top. And the principle which you always would like to have at the top is to be positive, because that just sets you up to encounter challenges with happiness, if not anything else. So yes, that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys, being relentlessly optimistic. Try it out. I hope I explained myself well enough. If I didn't, please just ask me questions on the comments. And if this has in any way helped you, please just give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will get back to you if you do leave me a comment. I will get back to making the other flip through journal video very soon, and I will see you guys then. Okay, bye!